You know, as I've been arguing back and forth with Harsh Reality the last couple of days on my in my comment section, I never really anticipated that here we are on Monday, I'd have to make a video defending Harsh Reality. But I do, because here on this channel, we speak truth whether we like somebody or dislike somebody. I'm thejbgunner, this is Crime Time. Today we're going to be talking about Jennifer Coopendooper right here and her blatant hypocrisy. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's do it. Now, I want to make something clear. You know, due to ways that me and Harsh kind of fell off, I'm not the biggest fan of Harsh Reality. I do believe he's genuine and what he tries to present to the YouTube audience. I believe he is kind of a whiny social justice warrior type individual. I believe that he does care about these cases, and I do believe that he's an intelligent individual. Me and him have the same degree in psychology, so I will say that Harsh Reality has the ability to break down some of the cases and some of the psychology that goes in not just the cases, but the investigation of these cases. Now, Jennifer Coopendooper right here believes that she's an authoritative voice when it comes to crime because of her history in law enforcement. And here's the reality. Both individuals are right when it comes to their credentials. Now, where's Jennifer Coopendooper wrong? She believes she's the only authoritative voice, or let's just call it what it is. She's part of the bootlicker crowd, the crowd that only believes things if it comes from the police. And she only supports YouTubers that lick the boots. And we'll be talking about that in this video. Before we do, though, I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody that supports the channel or any of my channels, regardless of the method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. Appreciate you guys. Love you so much. With that being said, if YouTube found my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel, even though old Coopendooper here only believes she should get paid for it. Her and Tyler Feller, of course, right? Which is one of the things we're going to get into here. By the way, guys, if you while you're down there, if you want to check out some of my other content, if you're not a snowflake, my political content, things like that, feel free to hit those links. Go check out some of my other work. Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, who is Jennifer Coopendooper? She's one of them Me Too victim motherfuckers. Let's just call it what it is. Everyone, and I said this the other day, on one of my other channels, for some reason, 75 to 80% of every woman I've ever met or heard from in my life claims that people wanted to rape her. Coopendooper, of course, has a rape story as well. I understand that you guys in the true crime world, you like to say essay, go fuck yourself. Everybody, and whenever I hear women do this, I'm not going to lie to you. I automatically disbelieve them because for 75 to 80% of all women to have been raped, it would mean we got a lot of rapey motherfuckers walking around. And I'm sorry. I just don't believe that because a lot of you women, a lot of men wouldn't even take the time to fuck you if you were offering the pussy for free. Coopendooper is one of them bitches. It's just the truth. It's just reality. Let's get into Coopendooper. Coopendooper recently on Twitter lashed out at Harsh Reality. Now, has Harsh Reality lashed out at Coopendooper before? Sure. A lot of us in the true crime community, and I don't even consider myself in the true crime community, consider people like Coopendooper shills because they pop up on all the newscasts. They're the expert, but the reality of this is they don't have the time to put in to each and every one of the cases that they comment on. They're literally just speaking from a place of ignorance. I've seen it with this woman before. This woman once claimed that Brian Laundrie could not have done the crime alone with the murder of Gabby Petito. Now, how did she do this? Because she went on where did she spread this message? It wasn't on the news. It was on some Popcorn Planet YouTube channel. And if you don't believe me, I can literally, I'm sure I got the image here. Let me see if I can pop it up. I'm literally in the thumbnail. Hold on, let me pop this thing up. Here we go. Brian Laundrie didn't do it alone. Of course, this is Popcorn Planet. And look. Popcorn Planet is kind of the true crime inquirer, right? It just is what it is. But let's go ahead and get to this Jennifer Coopendooper situation. Because recently, Harsh Reality released a video, and I just now found out what the video was even about. Over here on X, let me tell you what Coopendooper said. As some individuals and YouTubers continue to shamelessly blame Dylan Mortensen for surviving the slaughter that took, first of all, she didn't survive a slaughter. Nobody attempted to slaughter her, Coopendooper. How can you say she survived the slaughter when the person that you claim killed the motherfuckers walked right by her and said, fuck her? Let that sink in, Coopendooper. You believe Brian Kohlberger did it. You believe Dylan Mortensen saw Brian Kohlberger. You believe Brian Kohlberger walked right by Dylan Mortensen. So here's the reality. By your own belief system, Brian Kohlberger walked by Dylan Mortensen and let her live. So what did she survive? Clearly, by your own version of events, Brian Kohlberger let the bitch live. Clearly, let the broad live. It's just a reality. Anyway, that took place at King Roan, resulting in the death of blah, 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 blah. Of course, they got to go in detail, right? Below is a reminder of the pain a survivor lives with. Stop it. I know she was not physically attacked, thank goodness, but she likely has survivor's guilt and the loss, trauma, and fear of everything that happened that night. And look, I believe she probably has a little bit of mental shit going on after the situation. But listen to Coopendooper. She saw him. She reported what she saw. She escaped his murderous rage because his fantasy had gone wrong. Do you see how Coopendooper just makes shit up? And he was done, afraid of getting caught. Do you see how she just makes shit up? His fantasy had gone wrong. What fantasy? What fantasy? She just completely made that up. This broad doesn't know if Kohlberger had a fantasy or not, but this is also the same broad that comes on the news and says Kohlberger wants to control the narrative. What narrative? Oh, the same narrative you wish to control? Yeah. Well, let's continue. Please have some decency and leave her alone. Nobody is reaching out to Dylan Mortensen for all those spinning and adding to her suffering. She was cleared by law enforcement, for heaven's sake. Who gives a fuck if law enforcement cleared her? Law enforcement, including your FBI, can't solve half of the murders in America. Did you forget that, dummy? I can show you the numbers. You motherfuckers are so inept and horrible at your job, you can't solve half the murders in the United States of America. But law enforcement cleared her. Nobody said she did anything. We're curious why she was in frozen shock phase for 8 hours and didn't report what she saw. But you see the way this woman creates her own narrative. Clearly. Let's continue, okay? Anyway. Nat Munford right here goes on to say YouTuber Harsh Reality actually hints all the time that she was in on it. No, he's never said she was in on it. Harsh Reality, and listen, I have no reason to defend Harsh Reality. Harsh Reality has never said Dylan Mortensen, or even hinted that Dylan Mortensen was in on it, nor have any of us other YouTubers. We have asked the same question over and over. Why didn't she say anything? Which is a perfectly logical question. We believe Bethany Funk, based on the paperwork, by the way, has exculpatory evidence that could help Brian Kohlberger. See, unlike Coopendooper here, and let this be an example. Many of us believe in here in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. See, Coopendooper does not believe that. She does not believe that at all. Since minute one, she has bootlicked and sucked off the entire law enforcement agency, the entire law enforcement world, and believe everything that came out their mouth from square one and believe that they could have never made a mistake, even though them cocksuckers can't solve half the murders in America. And by the way, Coopendooper, if you disbelieve me, hold on, let me show you something. As of 2020, police solve less than half of the murders. The U.S. homicide clearance rate is at a historic low. Let's just look at this word. At a historic low. Because let's call it what it is. You motherfuckers are actually pretty horrible at your job. That's why the true crime community even exists to begin with. Now, don't get me wrong, these fat-ass soccer moms sitting at home on their goddamn computer or phone, sitting there thinking that they know how to solve the case is laughable. Now, Coopendooper, you do have more experience at solving cases, obviously. But see, much like other people, you allow your bias, because you're connected to law enforcement, make it to where the minute law enforcement says anything, that's the position you take. And many of these YouTubers, like the Tyler Fellers of the world, who you support, follows you right down that path. Well, the police said it, so it must be true. Are you saying police don't lie? Are you saying police don't make mistakes? Are you saying the FBI don't make mistakes? I disagree, because you motherfuckers can't solve murders to save your life. You take any other aspect of life, and if you're successful only half the time, you would get fired or eliminated. If you only went to work half the time you were supposed to be there, or you only did your job half the 8 hours, your job would fire you. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're a sports team and you only won half your games, you as the coach would be fired. 50%, and it's not even that, it's like 46%. 46% is a horrible number, and you all should be fired. Now, let's get back to this, because Coopendooper here let's just continue. So Nat Munver said, and by the way, Jennifer, he is regularly bashing you on his channel. Don't know why his channel is even still up. Why can't his channel be up? Oh, that's right. You can't negatively critique anybody. They should all be shut down. Does that include the YouTubers that Coopendooper supports? What about Coopendooper herself? Because she's been shilling all these crowd cases. She's been, what do they call it? Tragedy pimping? She's been tragedy pimping her ass off. Let's look at Coopendooper. He is the most incompetent person in true crime. How so? No credentials, zero credibility, and a filthy, unprofessional mouth. Oh, you don't curse, Coopendooper? Oh, you do in private. You just don't think people should be able to do it on air, right? By the way, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of not being in mainstream media and not sucking off, you know what I'm saying, News Nation. We get to speak how we want to. And here's the truth. Many of Horse's videos gets more views than News Nation. I'm just saying. His views are shameful and motivated by money, she goes on to say. I find this really ironic, because don't you support Tyler Feller? You're all over his YouTube channel. You go on there all the time, right? Look at you. The 8-hour delay, 911 call delay. Oh, Coopendooper's on there, right? Now, why do you support this very monetized, by the way, this very monetized Tyler Feller, who has put clear clickbait and lies in his title for the entirety of the Idaho 4 case? You support it because you guys share the same opinion. Notice how you don't mind Tyler Feller making money and donation choo-choo trains and all of that shit, but for someone like Horse Reality, who has a different opinion than you, all of a sudden he doesn't deserve to be on the platform and he only does it for money, because that's your position. The only way someone can disagree with the heavenly Jennifer Coopendooper is if they're motivated by money. Man, fuck you. You ain't that goddamn smart. I'm just saying. Like what? Like I'm willing. I got fucking 3 degrees. I'm willing to say I'm much smarter than you. Here's the thing, Coopendooper, though. You get credibility due to your past in law enforcement, and even I will give that to you. But you have to understand your bias blinds you. People like Harsh Reality is not blinded by his bias there. Not in this case. He's blinded by his social justice bias. He's blinded by his own tragedies in his past. And so he is biased towards certain shit. But when it comes to the crime cases, he's very open-minded, whereas you're not. Tyler Feller is not. And you don't even see your own hypocrisy. Your position is anyone that disagrees with you is only doing it for money, despite the fact that Harsh Reality isn't telling people that he's only crowdfunded. Tyler Feller is a fucking liar. Why he's running around talking about Jesus all day. Tyler Feller tells his community that he is only funded by the crowdsourcing. That he doesn't get YouTube ads. That's not true. All you have to do is look right here. His channel is monetized. Make no mistake about it. Now, he doesn't make much money because he's not that damn good. He gets like 1,500 views a video. Hell, I get this video right here is going to get more than 1,500 views. I'm just saying. Sunday, 1,500. So, you know what I'm saying? 1,590 views. So he doesn't make much money, but on his streams, he does this little choo-choo train shit where you're supposed to donate to him every fucking hour. How come you don't say Tyler Feller is only in it for the money? Oh, because he shares the same opinion. So here we go. Let's get back to this. Let's go back to this. His views are shameful. Basically what she says, if you don't agree with me, her. She's talking her. Your views are shameful. Jennifer Coopendooper then says, he knows nothing about our laws, nothing about law enforcement, nothing about the U.S. How do you know what he knows? How do you know what he knows? He knows less about the United States than we do because we live in the United States. But to say he knows nothing while Tyler Feller sits there and ignorantly spouts off a bunch of shit without any research. I've never seen Tyler Feller present any research. All he does is wait on an article or video to drop and then reacts to it. I've literally never seen Tyler Feller do a stream. You see how I did some research in this video? Do you see how when I started to talk about this video, I did research, including on you, Coopendooper, including on you. That's how I know that you're one of them Me Too, oh, I get raped people. Has Tyler Feller ever done any research? Does he know you people can't solve murders? Does he know about little plugins that can tell you if somebody's monetized or not? Probably not. Because he just waits for the mainstream media to release a video and or article, and then he just reads it to you or reacts to it. He waits for you and the police to tell him what to think because he's a bootlicking sack of shit. That's the truth. He's a bootlicking sack of shit, like a majority of the people in this community. Now, the one thing I will give Harsh Reality credit for is he's not a bootlicking sack of shit. He's a sack of shit, but not a bootlicking sack of shit. He's a disloyal sack of shit. A social justice sack of shit. Yeah, a whiny sack of shit. But he's still a quality sack of shit. He's better than most of these YouTubers out here. And I'm not going to let my dislike of Harsh cause me to lie and be disingenuous. I think when it comes to The way he looks at cases, I think it's better than majority of the YouTubers out here. And I have to give him credit for that. Now, let's continue. Says zero experience with any of the aforementioned, yet blindly is followed by some because of his sensationalism. People always do that. People always say that if you follow someone I don't like, it's blind. The people that follow harsh reality aren't blindly following, they're choosing to follow him. Said I'm planning on putting out a list. Oh, this is the Coopendooper approved YouTube list. So many amazing true crime YouTubers, she says. So you have no problem with them. I guarantee you, I bet you that every single YouTuber she would put on that list are people that agree specifically with Coopendooper. I guarantee you that every YouTuber she likes are people that share the exact same opinion as her. Guarantee it. Harsh responds to her. He says, you know absolutely nothing about me. And furthermore, makes statements pushing BK's guilt and using sarcasm nearly daily. And she does. You accuse me of only caring about money, yet I don't ask for it. And your buddy lies in order to acquire it, saying he's 100% crowdfunded. Harsh reality is 100% right. 100% right here. There is the proof that Tyler Feller is monetized. He's not 100% crowdfunded. You get it? You hate anyone questioning DM and why it took so long to call 911. But I wonder how you would feel if DM was a young black male. You ever made the statement that Brian's DNA on the night shift proves he was inside the house? You 100% sure? You hate anyone questioning the, oh, here he goes. And why it took so long to call 911. But I wonder how you would feel if DM, well, so now is Harsh accusing her of being racist? Jesus Christ, they're all social justice warriors. You're also racist? Jesus Christ, man. Right when I'm defending Harsh, he says that shit. Harsh, was you accusing her of being racist? Oh, man. Now I gotta side with Coopendooper. Ain't this a bitch? See, these people all virtue signal. Harsh, Coopendooper. Harsh is right in his battle with Coopendooper, though. He is, for the most part, until he started talking. I'm just saying, I don't know what to think about when it comes to Coopendooper and Harsh and all that. But you know, here's the reality. Coopendooper, she's consistently on X, putting her opinion out. She's going on all these other YouTube channels who also make money. She's a hypocrite. A complete hypocrite. And her position is much like many of yours. If everybody's a grifter that doesn't agree with you. Ain't this crazy? Because in your opinion, that's the only reason someone cannot agree with you, because you're so smart. As if they're making money. He's got to be making money to not agree with me. Why else would he not agree with me? Meanwhile, you're attacking Steve Gonsalves, who by your logic is also a victim. He's more of a victim than Dylan Mortensen. He lost his kid. Dylan Mortensen lost a lunch buddy. Just being honest. So you read Coopendooper here, so I've been toiling at what to do with disinformation. Just read it and take it in. It is bothersome on so many levels. There was a recent article written regarding Mr. Gonsalves' investigation into who killed his daughter, Kaylee. That's a no-no. You got to leave it to the police, Steve. Because of course, Kyle Coopendooper says only the police can do the investigating, including her. According to this article, Mr. Gonsalves continued to run a parallel investigation to law enforcement, as he should. Motherfuckers killed his daughter. Even after Brian Kohlberger was arrested. Yes, because motherfuckers don't believe or we're not 100% sure you got the right guy. Why? She says. Paraphrasing the article states that Mr. Gonsalves wanted to know all the facts pertaining to the case now. You mean the case where his daughter was murdered? driven by his hate. Oh. So now I want you to understand. She hates harsh reality for the way he talks about Dylan Mortensen. But she is now saying Steve Gonsalves' investigation was driven by hate. What? Are you kidding me? You can't make this shit up. In that process, the article states Mr. Gonsalves cultivated 2 grand jurors to provide him information. Some slick shit. They told him BK bought a Dickie suit and law enforcement had the receipt. Oh, God. I've got like 8 Dickie suits. Oh, no. Whatever, man. They told him BK bought a Dickie suit and had the receipt. We knew this from the return, incidentally. Further, it was explained that BK would have this road prior to leaving King Road. And that is why he did not get blood in his car, she says. As we have stated before on this platform, using deductive reasoning. Oh, maybe you're wrong. I believe if grand jurors gave information from the grand jury sessions to Mr. Gonsalves, this could be a grand jury violation, and it could be. Very well could be. The article also alleges there's an informant that has key information that Mr. Gonsalves tried to interview, but the FBI threatened legal action, so he did not interview him or her. Interesting. I even said I can't imagine the pain that these parents are experiencing, but what I do know, she says, is that tampering with government witnesses and being complicit in grand jury disavowing their oaths. Sad day in the Idaho case. I hope there'll be justice for these kids. Man, fuck you. Nobody gives a shit about you or the laws when somebody's talking about their dead kid. Tampering with witnesses. Fuck you and those witnesses. If you murder my kid, I want to get to the bottom of it. I don't give a shit. I'm going to jump through whatever hoops I need to get through. Steve Gonsalves, shout out to Steve Gonsalves. Just calling it like it is. See, here's the Coopendooper problem. Anybody that goes against the official narrative or your precious FBI, your precious police, anyone that doesn't trust you people completely, it's a sad day in your eyes, man. You're untrustworthy. And so is the FBI. So is the police. Period. Want an example? The FBI purposely hid the Hunter Biden laptop. Purposely. The FBI, the CIA, the fucking NSA, these people have been lying for decades. But we should trust you? We should trust you? Go fuck yourself. That's reality. You're no more of an authoritative voice than anybody because the point of this is that you're biased. You have a law enforcement bias, and that prevents you from analyzing any possibility that law enforcement could be wrong. You're a bootlicker. Or actually, you're the boots being licked by the rest of these fucking YouTubers. It's the reality. It's the truth of the situation. Coopendooper, you shield and you go, literally, you're the main face we see on TV. Tragedy pimping. But you have the nerve and the audacity to criticize YouTubers, but not all YouTubers, only the YouTubers with opinions you don't approve of. YouTubers with opinions that differ from yours, including harsh reality. And now, the very thing you're accusing harsh reality of doing is victim shaming and victim blaming. You're now doing it to Steve Gonsalves. And with that, I dropped the fucking mic. So in this particular situation, harsh reality is easily correct. And Jennifer Coopendooper was just mad that people don't consider you an authoritative voice in this case. You are the laughing stock of the YouTube true crime community, and you know it. You know it. And only bootlickers put you on their platform. And here's the reality. You'll only go on the platform of bootlickers. And if you want to prove me wrong, I openly beg you to debate me on this situation. Because the reality is, you are a hypocrite. That's reality. And if you don't want to debate me, debate Harsh. Debate Harsh. Put your money where your mouth is and have a debate with those people about Dylan Mortensen. Not on your little Twitter. Since you go on so many YouTube shows, go on someone that will counter your points rather than just agree with them. I'm available, and I don't even do live streams here. Period. I'm available. I promise you would lose with me. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. Whether you like Harsh or hate Harsh. In this situation, Harsh is right. And we here on Crime Time, we don't let personal feelings get in the way of whether we declare someone right or wrong. Harsh is right in this situation. He's still a sack of shit, though. I'm JB Gunner. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Guys, if you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. Join the Gunner Squad today. Jennifer Coopendooper can go suck a dick. Maybe if she was doing that more often, she'd have less time to grift on YouTube. Just saying.